Well, hello there, top of the morning to you folks, lads and lassies. Welcome to the channel. It's AyeHe-Will, all the way from the Emerald Island, here to make you some Irish soda scones on St. Patrick's Day weekend. Okay, scrap that. If you've seen the channel before, if you've watched any of my videos, probably one right there, a link you can watch. I'm Scottish, I'm not Irish. But it is St. Patrick's Day weekend and we are making Irish soda bread, or soda scones. People call them lots of different things. My gran called them soda scones, and that's why I'm making them, because she made them and I love them. Really, really easy. 4 ingredients, no yeast, no waiting for things to settle. It's just flour, cream of tartar, baking soda and some buttermilk. Again, as always, down in the description below, follow along. There's a recipe, some step-by-step instructions, but it's really not that hard at all. And in no time at all, we will be making some wonderful bread, or scones, whatever you want to call them. And I think I might have something special to spread on them at the end.
That's it.
But you'll need to wait to the end for that. Other than that, let's get fired in. So here's what we'll need. We'll need 3.5 cups of flour, just plain old all-purpose flour, none of that fancy stuff. 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. 3/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. And a teaspoon of salt, which I haven't put here, but I'll add in a second. And 12 ounces of buttermilk. That's it, 5 ingredients. Like I said before, no faffing about with yeast or waiting for dough to rise. This is bread for folk who want to eat it now, not tomorrow. So next thing we'll do is get a bowl and we'll sift all the dry products into the bowl. Now before we get started here and mixing the dry ingredients into the bowl, we're going to be sieving them, all the products, all the ingredients into this bowl, and you want to hold the sieve as high as possible without making an awful mess, because it puts air in the flour when it lands, and it makes the bread a bit more fuller and aerated, I guess. So you might want to mix all the dry ingredients into a bowl and then dump them into the sieve, and then kind of shake the sieve just like that and let it all fall into the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. So first thing we'll do is get the 3.5 cups of flour. One. Make a mess already, look at the flour. Just make a mess, folks, it doesn't really matter, you can clean it up afterwards. Three. Okay, there's 3.5 cups of flour in there. Now I want 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. There's a half. There's a 1/4. Didn't do that great at school, but I think that makes 3/4. Okay, the cream of tartar, also 3/4. Do you know what I really need? I really need a measuring spoon that's exactly 3/4. And a teaspoon of salt. That's half a teaspoon. Another half. Okay, we'll get this salt and the flour and all these dry ingredients out of the way because we won't be using them again. Try and make less of a mess here, folks. Okay, next we're going to grab a spatula, just get the salt and the baking soda and what was the other one? Cream of tartar in there. If you mix those dry ingredients when they're dry, you don't get little hot spots of salt in the wet mix, you know. So we can try and hold the sieve as high as we can, as high as we can, and pour the flour in, right? Just give it a shake. You see it going in there? It's creating air pockets between the flour, which will make our bread amazing. Or scones, can't remember. Scones, bread, who cares? Okay, that's the last of it. Use my other hand, I'm getting tired. Okay, there you see, it's all kind of sitting all pretty, you know. Next we're going to get the buttermilk, and we're using 12 ounces of buttermilk. So get your measuring jug and make sure you've got a spatula. You're going to need one of them because it's sticky to start with, but after a while you can use your hands, but you want to get a spatula in there first. Okay, 12 ounces. Okay, we'll slowly pour this in and start mixing it with a spatula. Okay, and it goes just like that. Okay, we'll start giving this a good stir. You don't want to overwork it because it will be kind of flat and you won't get the kind of airiness that you want. You might think I made a mess here with putting flour on the table, but that was actually intentional, folks. We need a floured surface for the dough. We can get in there with our hands now, I think. Starting to come together. I'll move this bowl and get it dumped on the table here on the floured surface and just work it just for a little bit so it's all mixed in properly. Just gather up all the bits there that are on the table. Remember, treat it gentle. You know, just like you're petting a wee lamb or something. You don't want to overwork it, you'll end up with it tougher than a Glasgow bouncer. You might want to get a little bit more flour on the table, and then we'll get a rolling pin. Now when you make the circle, you don't want to make it too big. It's going to be about a ½ inch thick and about 10 inches across. Okay, once you've got it into the rough shape that it's going to be, you could make a big one just like this if you wanted, but my wee granny, she would cut them in quarters, so they'd be little triangles. But we're going to put a knife down here and cut it into quarters. Then we're going to heat up a griddle or a non-stick pan. You don't need oil or butter or anything like that. Once it gets up to temperature, we're just going to put it on there for about 5 minutes, and then we'll flip them over. They'll just start to brown on both sides, and then we'll almost be ready to eat them. Doesn't need to be perfect, trust me. You'll see. Yeah, just 4 of them, just like that, right? I'm going to get this area cleaned up and get the stove for the hot. I'm going to get the thing that I put on here that gets warm, and then I put the pan on it and it makes the things. Cooktop? Countertop? Okay. Okay, back folks after a quick clean up. Now we'll get this on medium high. Once it gets hot, we'll throw these on for about 5 minutes on each side. Okay, we're going to place them on there for about 5 minutes. Now when you're getting close to the 5-minute mark, don't be afraid to just lift them up and have a wee peek underneath. They should just be starting to go just tiniest little bit brown. Try and show you this one. See that there? It's almost done. Okay, I think it might be just about time to flip these guys over. And then we'll do the same again, another 5 minutes on this side. And then all there'll be left to do is tear them apart and put something tasty on top, maybe toast them in the oven. If they've cooled down, you can put them back in the toaster. Okay, I think these are just about done now. They smell absolutely delicious. So I'm going to take them off this hob and we'll get them on a chopping board, and we'll get something really nice spread on top of them and see how they taste. There you have it folks, Irish Soda Scones / bread / Scottish White Bannock. Again, my gran called them soda scones. Or soda bread, I don't actually know, one or the other. But I do know one thing's for sure. She used proper Scottish mature cheddar, and she made like she toasted them, we put cheese on the top, with sometimes a little bit of Worcestershire sauce.
That's it.
So that's what I'm going to do today. Again, AyeHe-Will loves a bargain, and I found this at Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. It's in the name folks. But I'll get that sliced up, toasted, and here we go. Oh, it's warm and fluffy on the inside, beautiful. Mature cheddar, it's all crumbly. Crumbly. Okay, I'll get a few of these on the grill and report back. There it is folks. Irish scones with toasted cheese.
That's it.
Nice little crispy snap when you get through the bottom. Oh, it's hot. Just like my gran used to make them back in that wee village in Scotland. Try this at home, like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching guys, catch you in the next one.